Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, it's a news roundup for everything that's going on within the Battlefield 6 realm. I feel like I haven't done one of these in a long time because, well, there just hasn't been that much news since Season 3 released. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about some server browser comments from DICE, another lead developer leaving the company to work for another company in Stockholm, Sweden, Battlefield Hardline being removed from digital storefronts, and a potential leak for multiplayer ranked. If you enjoy these videos and you find them informative, be sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing. Over 50% of people that watch my videos are not subscribed, so you might think you are, but you just aren't. Go ahead and check that, would really appreciate it. And of course, let me know your thoughts about all this stuff in the description. And if you didn't know, I do have a second channel I'm posting regularly on, so that will be in the pinned comment. Go check that out. Been having a ton of fun making videos over there as well. So the first thing I want to touch on is the server browser news. Battlefield Studios says the upcoming server browser for Battlefield 6 is, quote, progressing super well. This is coming from Battlefield Bulletin. They say, quote, even though they don't have a date yet, Battlefield Studios insists the server browser is something for a little later this year and will first hit Battlefield Labs to ensure the quality and the features are where they need to be. I've actually seen a ton of confusion surrounding the server browser topic itself, and I actually got confused about it. Taking a look at the roadmap, it doesn't actually say the server browser is going to be releasing next season. I've seen a ton of people think that the server browser is going to release in Season 4, but I think what a lot of people are confusing the server browser with is the fact that we're getting custom lobbies, not the server browser, in Season 4. The release date of the server browser is, of course, to be determined, and I think it's probably the most important thing they will ever add to Battlefield 6 in terms of core community response, outside community interest, restoring a lot of the community building aspects of Battlefield that have been missing for far too long, ever since, well, the beginning of Battlefield 2042, and even for a lot of the life cycle of Battlefield 5. Adding a server browser in combination with adding platoons to the game, these are two absolutely essential community forming and building features that Battlefield should never release without. So there's part of me that kind of is really struggling to give them praise and credit for adding things that are just so basic, but I suppose credit is given where credit is due. So moving on, another developer has left DICE working on Battlefield 6, guys. This time it is Darko Soup, and he is a technical lead. The former DICE developer left this statement on Twitter earlier today. After 8 incredible years, I've decided it's time for me to move on from Electronic Arts and DICE at the end of June to begin a new chapter. He then explains how it's been a very important part of his life and how Battlefield is always going to be something he remembers fondly. He's deeply thankful for everyone and everything that has happened to him during this journey, but then at the end of this statement, he leaves a bit of an interesting hint as to what studio he is going to be joining. If you read the last part of this, it says, after the summer break, I'll be embarking on a new adventure, joining another talented Stockholm studio as core gameplay tech lead. So if you didn't catch that, Embark Studios. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Darko Soup join up and be working at Embark Studios very, very soon here. So good for him. Moving on to other things in his life. However, when talking about this in context of what this means for Battlefield and just the general scope of things, this just marks more talent leaving the production of Battlefield games. Obviously, there was that big thing with all these developers leaving a couple months ago, and now here's another major lead on Battlefield 6 leaving. I would be extremely curious to know how many people are actually currently working on Battlefield 6. I don't think it's necessarily shocking that pre-production for Battlefield 7 is 100% underway as we speak, and was likely underway even before Battlefield 6 officially launched. Obviously, we aren't entering the annual release era of Battlefield titles just yet, but with EA being sold and some of the prior comments made a couple of years and months ago regarding Battlefield's future as a potential annual release cycle title, yeah, it's going to get extremely interesting here in Battlefield Town in the next 3 to 5 years. There is potential that Battlefield 7 is the final Battlefield that is not an annual release. But let's not dwell on that too much. I'm sure we'll all get depressed beyond description. But, I mean, I guess the next topic isn't exactly fucking happy. We're going to talk about Battlefield Hardline being removed from online stores. Battlefield Hardline, for a lot of people, is sort of the redheaded stepchild of the Battlefield franchise. But in my humble opinion, Battlefield Hardline really never deserved as much hate as it really got. And I think it was a game that was released at the wrong time during Battlefield 4's update cycle when people weren't done with the idea of playing Battlefield 4. And then you have this other game come out and people are like, oh, that's cool, we're still playing this one. And then the setting of the game, you know, this cops and robbers sort of thing. The Battlefield community, in my opinion, completely overreacted to that and they didn't give the game a chance. I think, unfortunately, a lot of the Battlefield community is just a bunch of fucking hard asses when it comes to the setting. You know, they don't really know how to have fun when it comes to a Battlefield setting. They're taking it a little bit too seriously when it comes to the grittiness and the realism and all this shit. Like, dude, to be honest with you, Battlefield Hardline, it was better than fucking Battlefield 2042. It was better than Battlefield 5. And it might even be better than Battlefield 6 right now. I'm not even kidding. Battlefield Hardline had some amazing maps and amazing game modes as well. I think the game will go down in history, unfortunately never really achieving the status that I think it could have achieved. And I think it was just a bunch of contributing factors. It was EA doing something stupid, releasing a game at the wrong time. Then it was the setting and the community reaction and all this sort of stuff. It just was never going to work out. And the final thing I want to mention in this video was an alleged leak for multiplayer ranked that Battlefield Bulletin posted earlier today. Now, this has been debunked, but I think this sparks an interesting conversation. So, the leak that was debunked earlier today was essentially something to do with a UI bug showing multiplayer ranked as Conquest ranked and Escalation ranked. That's not going to happen. We have no information at all about multiplayer ranked, and that will be coming a little bit later because the developers did mention multiplayer will come after RedSec ranked. But I think the conversation this sparks is, when they add multiplayer ranked to Battlefield 6, what mode should ranked be played in, and do you even care? In my opinion, the option for what multiplayer game mode should be ranked is not even really a discussion. They already have Strike Point in the multiplayer version of the game, so why not use Strike Point? But you guys will have to let me know what you think about all this stuff in the comment section. If you watched to this point, I really, really do appreciate it. Consider liking the video, really helps me out. Also, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for hitting 125,000 subscribers. That is not a number I ever thought I would be uttering. So, again, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you guys watching each and every single video. And if you were unaware, I stream every single day on twitch.tv/enders and this YouTube channel. And check out my second channel. That will be in the pinned comment. Basically just waiting for Grand Bazaar to be released, and I'll definitely have first impressions regarding that. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.